You can't have a command without some conflict, with some internal and some external conversations, with people not trying to stop you and hold you back. But you have to get to the point and say, I understand what happened and it may not be fair. But you have to address it. Say, not so. It's not going to happen today. Not in this house. I can't answer for everyone else. I can't answer for what grandma, but ask for me in my house. I'm not saying if you're not married, your house is this house.
That's right.
Serve the Lord.
Yes.
It only takes one to break the back of poverty and that mindset and everything that the enemy is using to hold you back. Deliverance wants to take place. But sometimes we delay the deliverance because of everything that we went through. And we just accept it. Well, everyone ain't happened for everyone else, so it's going to happen for me. You have to be able to stand up and say, not so. Not in this house. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not my family. I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm not want to give up. I'm stopping it today. Today. You cannot have a command without having some conflict.
That's right.
You have to understand that this comes with the territory. I think every Sunday I get up here, I say that we're going to have some trials, we're going to have some tribulations. You have to realize that. But I'm telling you that you're equipped and you're prepared. In Exodus chapter 4, verse 14, it says, then the Lord's anger burned against Moses, and he said, what about your brother Aaron the Levite? So the Lord was mad. Why? Because the Lord gave Moses an instruction. And Moses saying, well, I'm not eloquent of speech and I can't do this. And so the Lord said, okay, what about your brother Aaron? I thought about this while I was meditating on this message. And the thing is, because the Lord, he can't lie. He already spoke that the people will get delivered. So when he needed Moses to line up, that Moses was not going to get right. He said, my plan will still be fulfilled, so I have to get somebody else. So he said, what about your brother Aaron, the Levite? I know that he can speak well. He's already on his way to meet you. I have a note here that says, help is on the way. On the way. And he will be glad to see you. Verse 15 says, you shall speak to him and put words in his mouth. I will help both of you to speak and will teach you what to do. Verse 16 says, he will speak to the people for you, and it will be as if he were your mouth, and as if you were God to him. But verse 17 says, but take this staff in your hand so you can perform the signs with it. What is in your hand? Okay, Moses, I can't let you stop my plan because you feel like you're inadequate. I've already spoken a word that people will be set free, so I don't want to do it, but I'll go ahead and get Aaron involved in this to make sure that my word comes to pass. But Aaron, but Moses, I'm not releasing you from your assignment that I have for you. I already showed you what's in your hand, and now is the time for you to realize what that submitted gift is supposed to look like, what that submitted gift is going to do. I'm going to do signs with that gift. So Moses and Aaron, they worked together on that assignment. We have to realize that, one, you must use your gift. Say, I know what it is now. See, nothing is better than operating in purpose. We have people all across America. We have people in churches all across America, and everyone is striving for the same thing. Lord, what do you have? Lord, what is my purpose? Why am I on this earth? People just jump from job to job, and they jump from relationship to relationship, and people jump from church to church searching for something, and God saying that everything that I have is already on the inside of you. You have ushers who should be teachers, and you have pastors who should be evangelists, and you have teachers who should be singers, and you have people sitting on a pew who should get up and go. One thing that you hear, and you've heard it, if you were here on Wednesday, Dr. Lee talked about synergy. And I was laughing because Pastor Raymond this Sunday, during huddle, talked about synergy. And you will hear that term over and over again. Why? Because we are on the same page, moving in the same direction. One cause, one direction. There's importance of synergy. See, the thing is that God will always confirm what it is. The word of God always is true, and you have to open up the word of God to understand what it is that he's saying and he's speaking to you. Proverbs 8 verse 33 says, listen to my instruction and be wise. Right? Do not discard it. That right there, you can stop right there. Man. That alone. Listen to my instruction and be wise. Do not discard it. Verse 34 says, blessed are those who listen to me, watching daily at my doors, waiting at my doorway. Verse 35 says, for those who find me find life and receive favor from the Lord. Verse 36 says, but those who fail to find me harm themselves. All who hate me love death. What? Saying, listen to my instructions and be right. Why? He's saying, now go. I will teach you what to say, and I'll show you how to speak. All I need you to do is go. Follow the directions and do not disregard it. In Exodus chapter 5, verse 22, it says, Moses returned to the Lord, said, why, Lord, have you brought trouble on this people? Is this why you sent me? And this is when Moses goes in and he tells Pharaoh, let my people go, and Pharaoh gets upset, and Pharaoh changes the things where they don't provide straw for them anymore, and they still require them to do as much slave labor, but he didn't provide them with all the resources that they need. And now the people of Israel are saying to Moses, Moses, why are you making things so hard on me? And so then Moses goes to God and says, return to the Lord, why, Lord, have you brought this trouble on these people? Is this why you sent me? Verse 23 says, ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has brought trouble on these people, and have not rescued your people, and you have not rescued your people at all. The next one is that you cannot have a command without being committed. You must have commitment. So you have to trust him even when you can't trace him. We have to trust him even if it looks like it's not coming to pass. We know that we know that he cannot lie. But sometimes you have to stand up and believe even when it looks like a lie. Amen. That it won't happen for you. Because you will not. We know what the Word of God says about perseverance and how stay the course, and all the promises that God has for staying the course. But you can't stay the course if you're not committed to the course, but also committed to God as well. Realize that God is for you I live, for you I die, for everything I have is wrapped up in you, God. Amen. I'm committed to this. See? And it gets tough sometimes. Because you're saying, Lord, this is not how I pictured this going. At this point in my life, I pictured life being a little bit different than what I'm seeing right now. God, you said that you would deliver me, but God, I have not delivered yet. God, you said that I should go there and I should tell them to let your people go, but God, he told me no. You can't have a command without having a commitment. I preached this several months ago about trust the process. And that's one of the toughest things that we have to do is trust the process. God, what are you trying to teach me through this? God, there's a lesson that I have to learn through this. But I was encouraged because I was reading in the Word of God this week in 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 5. It says, therefore judge nothing before the appointed time. Wait until the Lord comes. He will bring light to what is hidden in darkness and will expose the motives of the heart. At that time, each will receive their praise from God. It says, therefore judge nothing before the appointed time. God, when should I judge what I'm going through? God's saying you should judge it only once you win. Then you realize why you had to go through what you. We know that we win in the end. If you say, okay, God is not, if I'm not winning right now, then that means God is not done yet. There's still some more that you have to learn. God is still delivering something. There's still a purpose and a plan. And God, I will not judge this thing until I win. I know that I win in the end, God, and I'm not winning right now. But God, I will stay here. I wait. I'll be committed to what you told me to do, God, and I will not judge it until I win.
Yeah. Amen.
In every lesson that I learned throughout that process, I'll make sure that I don't repeat it, whether it's a lack of faith or if it's unbelief or whether it's murmuring and complaining. So they continue, so we know the story, they continue throughout all the plagues until finally Pharaoh agrees to let them go. the Lord didn't, it doesn't say this in the Word of God. It's just my interpretation. So I always like to, make sure I list that. But I believe that the Lord was working on Moses for some things throughout this process. But I also choose to believe, I want to make sure I state, this is my own personal belief. But I believe that the plagues were also a way of God's grace trying to get Pharaoh to get on board as well, seeing how strong and mighty he is, giving him an opportunity to get right. My opinion. And so he goes through all that, and you said that you have to trust the process. And so we know the story. He talks about let my people go, and finally he agrees to let them go, and so they start making the journey. In Exodus chapter 13, verse number 17, it says, when Pharaoh let the people go, God did not lead them on the road through the Philistine country, though that was shorter. For God said, we're talking about trust the process. For God said if they face war, they might change their mind and return to Egypt. So God led the people around the desert road toward the Red Sea. The Israel went up of Egypt ready for battle. My next point is you cannot have a command without course correction. There's a plan that we have. And if it's up to me, I'm going to choose the straightest path. God, I need you to make this easy. God, I don't want no mountains. No obstacles, God. I don't want any obstruction, God. I don't want any delays, God. I just want to be able to go from glory to glory to glory to glory. Doesn't always work that way. When you are submitted to Him, you have to realize that your life is not your own. So God, I know what you called me to do. I know where you called me to go, but sometimes it's going to require a course correction.